right, guys, so we are going to talk about Trader Trap. The Trader Trap. And this is the book that comes with TradeSafe. So whenever you purchase the subscription to TradeSafe, you are going to get this book. Right now, this book is actually going to be for sale, and you would have to buy the book, right? So, but if you get a subscription to TradeSafe, you are going to get it for free. So basically, the book, why I wrote it, there's a lot of things that, even though I don't have 20 years of experience, I do believe that I can still teach someone who wants to learn, or even go back and forth with a professional. Like, I can sit down with a professional and banter about, trading and different styles of trading. And, so I do believe that I can help a lot of people. So basically I wrote it, to go over many different things, mainly psychology, guys. The Trader Trap is really focused on the psychology of trading because it's basically tied to TradeSafe, right? So basically, we want to understand that TradeSafe is it was designed for discipline, teaching discipline, helping you to get up and walk away. So basically, a screen pops up. It doesn't let you see the candles anymore. So you automatically get up and walk away, right? So this is why I say the Trader Trap was basically written for psychology. Now, we do go into a lot of different things that are kind of like, I'll show you in the book. We even go over things that are kind of like different entry models that I really like. This is more towards the end of the book. It shows kind of like a few different setups that I really like to use while trading time and time again, that just have shown me that this is a really good setup. This is a really good setup. If you see those opportunities, this too, candle closures. So yeah, basically I'm gonna just go over real quick, each chapter and tell you what it's about, so you can have an idea. If you do want to buy the book, it's going to be on Amazon. You can get the ebook, you can get a paperback, or you can get the hardcover, right? And again, if you do get TradeSafe, which if you are a trader and you're trying to learn discipline and you're trying to not over trade and revenge trade, TradeSafe is definitely something you want to have in your back pocket on the daily basis, right? Versus the market. So if you get that, you're going to get the Trader Trap for free. So anyways, let's get right to it. So basically, the first thing is the preface, right? So basically what I did was I shared my personal journey, right? And, I shared my personal journey and, my early mistakes, my major losses, and the motivation to master trading after losing all that capital and basically losing it because I gave it to somebody to trade with, right? So that's basically the first chapter. And the introduction, it basically tells you that, even though that, again, I already explained this to you, even though I am not a 20-year vet, it comes to say, like, even, for example, I wrote about Customato, which is Mike Tyson's trainer. He was not the greatest boxer, right? He was not anything, but he was someone who was able to extract the very best out of Mike Tyson, right? So I do believe that if you follow what's in the book, you will be better, period. So that's what the introduction is about. It's basically just explaining to you that, this book was written, and just, trust me, trust the process. And, we jump right into it after that. So basically, the first chapter is just foundations, right? Chapter 1, we talk about the foundations of what is day trading, the basics, the common myths, the get quick rich scheme, all that good stuff. And it highlights the discipline required to succeed, of course. As we go into chapter 2, let's get to chapter 2. So the day trading setup. This is going to be basically everything you need, as far as like just computer wise, this and that. It's a very easy thing, nothing crazy, right? Like computer, internet, and a trading platform. But then it gets a little bit more into kind of like, different screens, and then, setting the mood for the environment, the different charting setups that you can do, right? Things like that, that this chapter goes over. Let's see here, chapter 3, technical analysis, right? So basically we start to get into the nitty gritty, as they say, right? So chapter 3, basically we start to go into some, candlestick patterns, some different indicator tools, understanding market movements. So this is definitely an amazing chapter to get into, and to just read a couple of times, right? Here we go. Chapter 4 is the same. This is like a double up on the last chapter. Again, this is the meat and potatoes, right? So basically, technical analysis, that's going to be like 30 to 40% of what you are going to be needing to master as a trader. Chapter 5, we start to go into risk management, right? So basically, this is the cornerstone of trading, guys. Risk management is where success is made with trading. So basically, it talks about position sizing, stop losses, and then also, again, it goes into trade safe's role in controlling over trading, which is, one of the reasons why people do not succeed, which is over trading. So that's what this chapter goes over, right? Let's see here. We go into chapter 6, which is basically the emotional control, which is the hardest part of trading. And it says it right up there, guys. The hardest part of trading, to me, in my humble opinion, is going to be the emotional roller coaster that you go on every single day with it, okay? So this basically, this basically just goes over the psychological aspects that you are going to go through, and just being able to manage the fear, manage the greed, and even manage the overconfidence that you feel after going on a winning streak, right? Which basically makes you feel invincible, and then you end up taking, a 10 streak loss. So that is that chapter. Now, chapter 7 basically goes over that, don't be fooled by the fool's gold, right? Not everything that shines is gold when it comes to the influencers and everything like that. They make it look really, really easy, guys. The problem is that they use a lot of leverage behind their trades. And yeah, a little move, they're at $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, and then people get tricked into that. They see those numbers, and they see $500 on the screen, and they think, oh man, it's only 500, and they don't take it. So it's fool's gold, guys. This is a process, and this is what this chapter goes over. That this is a process. Okay, do not fall for the fool's gold that you are seeing everywhere. Now, chapter 8, we are going to get into the FOMO, right? So basically, almost piggybacking the last chapter, right? There's so much glamour, and it really makes you kind of like just focus on your own journey when it comes to trading. That's the biggest thing, is just do not be looking to the sides. Because you will be distracted. You will be saying, this guy's taking X amount of trade, of money a day, and the numbers don't add up when you begin, right? And as time goes on, you start to get used to the numbers, and so this is what this chapter is about. It really kind of just goes into don't look sideways, look forward, and focus on what you got going on, right? So, chapter 9, basically. Okay, again, this book is extremely heavy into the psychology, right? So you want to remember that this is, again, the most important part. And another crazy important part is you have to be able to detach, right? To achieve consistency, you have to be able to detach from money, to detach from numbers. And that all comes down to psychology. We were hardwired in a way to numbers relate to like food. So if we can't catch food, we're basically dead, right? So these numbers that are flashing in front of us every day equal life and death, That's why it takes such an emotional part in us. And this chapter basically just goes into that deeper, right? As I said, this book is heavy into psychology, because if you want to master trading, you need to master yourself. And what does that mean? Mastering your psyche. Okay. So that is this chapter, chapter 9. So we move on to chapter 10. Now, chapter 10 is, definitely basically just saying that there is no one size fits all, right? You need to find what is going to work for you. And not only that, you need to be adaptable, guys. A good trader is someone who's able to adapt. And why is that? For the simple reason that the setups, no same setup presents itself every single day. So the strategy that you're using today will not work tomorrow, okay? And being able to adapt and realize, hey, this is not going to work, let me switch this up, is what is going to make you have profitability in the markets, okay? So that is what this chapter is about. It's helping you realize that you need to be adaptable. You need to realize that, like, I can't just stick to this one strategy, okay? I need to be a like robot and just switch gears when the charts are telling me to, okay? So chapter 11, let's see, we start to go into basically developing the discipline, right? Which is, in all reality, one of the most underrated skills in day trading is the discipline everyone focuses on. Let me focus on technical analysis, price action. Here's the thing, guys. Technical analysis and price action only gets you so far. Why is that? Because, again, the markets are changing all of the time. So if you don't master the discipline of the other things like over leveraging, over trading, emotional revenge trading, you will not. There is no technical analysis. There is no strategy that will get you there without those other things, period. Okay. So that is what this chapter goes over. All right. Chapter 12, more technical analysis. Okay. So basically showing you other ideas of technical analysis like support and resistance, okay, which is a major thing to know. Support, if there's one thing, guys, that I wish I would have focused on the most when I first started trading, was basically understanding price level support and resistance. Price levels, basically, what is the highest and lowest point on the chart that price is at, and where does it want to go? Does it want to go back up to the last price or down to the other price below? Okay, and that is on any timeline, from the 30-second timeline to the monthly, to the yearly timeline. Okay, so that is what this chapter goes into, more technical analysis. Okay. Let's see here. Let's move on to chapter 13. So in chapter 13, we go into more psychology, mastering your mindset, okay? We forget about trading a little bit and we start going into why we start getting fear of greed, why we start doing revenge trading, why do those things happen, okay? Basically, urging you to really focus on those emotions and learning how to stick to the plan. Again, I don't want to keep plugging TradeSafe, but that's basically, again, it's what's going to help you at least acquire some of that discipline, okay? Now, moving to chapter 14, the reality. What is the reality of day trading, okay? Again, there's so much glamour. There's so much glamour on YouTube, guys. And the problem is that it's fool's gold, okay? And people need to realize that if you want to step into one of the most competitive arenas on the planet Earth, guys, please understand that it will not be easy. The market will not give you the money. You will have to take it from the market, okay? And take it by force. Terrence Howard, I saw an interview about Terrence Howard, and they asked him, hey, how was it that you broke into the industry of acting? And he said, you know what, that is the exact word to use of how to break into anything. You must break in. How did I break into the acting industry, into the movie industry? I literally had to break in. And that the same goes for the markets, guys. It is not easy. It is not glamorous, as glamorous as pretty, man. It looks so pretty. It is so pretty online, guys, on Instagram. It is so pretty, guys. These guys are just, in the mornings, just, oh, here, let me slap 100 lots, and just kind of like, go into drawdown, 20, 30K, and they're up 70K. Boom, cool. Like, guys, that is not reality for 80% of the traders out there. And you can get there if you stick to the path, okay? So this is what this is about. Just understand that there is no glamour. There is only work to be done, guys. There is only work to be done. So basically, chapter 15 is just kind of like a fun thing to kind of like go over, the myths and realities, okay, of strategy itself, and basically going over how probabilities, you have to understand probabilities in the markets, guys. Probabilities, it's literally almost a toss-up, okay? At the end of the day, you have to understand probabilities, and even if the perfect setup presents itself, it doesn't mean it's going to work out. Please trust me when I tell you that. The perfect setup can print itself in front of you. It does not mean it will work out. So this is what basically it goes over, probabilities. And you have to also understand that you must treat trading like a business. That is what this chapter goes over, basically treating it like a business also. Chapter 16 basically it's going to tell you how to, remember to have discipline and understand that it takes time. 10,000 hours is basically the amount of time that you need to be successful in something, okay? 10,000 hours, guys. And again, if you are not there, it's okay. But just make sure you are striving for the hours. You are trying to put in that work to get to those, to that amount of chart time, to that amount of time taking trades. Having thousands of trades under your belt, guys. It is the same thing as being a doctor, as being a lawyer. It took a doctor 8 to 10 years in school to learn how to operate, to learn how to put nerves back together. What makes you think you are going to step into one of the most competitive arenas on the planet, and the first year, the second year, you're just going to be pulling out bands like a boss? That's not what's going to happen, my friend. You have to learn. You have to want it bad, okay? And you will get it if you want it bad. So this chapter, after this chapter, we basically go into, resource list, where you can find us, and, also the links for TradeSafe. And then we start going into some of my favorite entry models, okay? That's, another little Easter egg for you guys. And that is it. It just goes into the glossary trading terms. If you're confused about a certain word that was used, maybe it's in here, and you can go ahead and just kind of like check it out and see what that means, okay? So that is that, guys. This is the book that you get once either you buy the book on Amazon KDP, right? Ebook is going to be the ebook, it's going to be the paperback and the hardback, okay? So you either get it for free with TradeSafe or you buy it. So really excited for this. It's something that I really wanted to do, and I finally did it. And, I'm really excited to see the feedback on it. So hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week, right? So tomorrow's the last day, right? Last day in the markets. No, I'm sorry. My head is all over the place. Tomorrow's Thursday. We got 2 more days in the markets. Let's see how it goes. You guys have an amazing holidays, and peace.